Hi guys. Tonight's stories feature 3 nearly kidnapped true scary stories from Reddit Let's Never Meet. So please sit back, turn the lights down, and enjoy. Let's begin. Let me start by saying that I'm a usually cautious person. I'm a female, and this happened a few years ago. I was in Osaka, starting a new job. I decided to go out on the town with new friends. It turned into a bit of bar hopping, something I don't normally do, but the few drinks I had made me less cautious. Dumb. We ended up at a club dancing until late. I was ready to go to the hotel, but no one else was. No worries. I was sure I could walk back easily. That's when he appeared. A Japanese man about my age. In broken English, he offered me a ride. Even drunk, I said no, but he followed me. I ducked into a convenience store, but he follows. Somehow I end up in his car, no idea how. I tell him where I am going, not the hotel, but the station nearby. I black out and wait in a warehouse district. I point out his GPS clearly showing that we are going the wrong way, and tell him to turn around, but he pulls over. He says he wants to talk, no playing. I tell him back the fuck off. He insisted on talking. Noticing the doors were locked and not wanting to wait for him to make a move, I slammed my elbow into his mouth, reached across his body, unlocked the door, and threw myself out of the car. I ignored the cries of pain, asking why and that I hurt him, and legged it. I ran off the path behind the bushes, staying in the shadows. The warehouse district was empty, but I saw a light ahead, and hoped the parking garage had a guard who could help. Instead, I stumbled upon an off-duty cab driver who threw myself at his cab. Long story short, what would have been a 5-minute cab from the club turned into a 40-minute, $50 cab ride. Creepy kidnapper, almost rapist. Let's never meet again. Ever. Okay, a little backstory. I'm a 22-year-old woman, 5 foot 5 inches tall, have a slim build, and am a new mom. My husband works a night shift. Sometimes I walk him to work. Just over a week ago, I decided I would walk him to work since our daughter needed new diapers. When we left at 9:30 p.m., it was already dark out. After he got to work, I'd done my shopping. It was after 10. I decided since I still had a little money, I would go to the McDonald's on the way home. This made it so by the time I left, it was after 11. To get home, I have to cross a busy road, then cut through several parking lots of businesses, before going through a shortcut of the apartments near mine. These apartments have a wooden staircase between one of the parking lots and 2 of the buildings. The path then leads to the 2 buildings' parking lots. Our apartment is then across another street, so I crossed the busy street with no issues, and saw a man crossing the road towards the parking lot that I need to cut through. This doesn't bother me, as it is a bar and currently open. What does bother me is when the man sees me and starts walking towards me, looking around as if to see if anyone else is watching. He then stops dead in his tracks when he sees who I am. Mind you, at this point, I am walking through the parking lot with my 2-month-old daughter in a carrier on my chest, and carrying 2 bags from getting dinner and diapers. He says, "Sorry, I thought you were someone else," and stops, waiting for whoever he thought I was. So I cut through the shortcut behind the bar into the apartment parking lot and keep walking, laughing off the meeting. It was clear this guy had thought I was his drug dealer or something, which is funny to me since I had my kid with me. Sure, I'm a dealer. Contact me if you want to know where to find cheap baby clothes. I guess I let my guard down too much, because I didn't hear what I was being followed. When I got to the stairs and started up, I heard someone running up behind me. Due to my bad luck with stairs, I finished climbing them before turning to see who it was. However, this was too late. As soon as I got to the top of the stairs, I feel someone grab my upper arm hard. I turn towards the person in shock, and instantly know this is a male. He lets go and I quietly say, "Hush, little one, it's okay," even though I'm completely terrified. The way he's standing, I can't make out his face at all, or anything about him, other than the fact he is a good 2 heads taller than me. When he hears me speak, he says in a very loud and menacing voice, "What did you say?" I I just stare at him in complete shock and take a step back. He seems to get that he scared me, as he kind of mutters, "Oh, you weren't talking to me?" I don't know what to do at this point, as I only have to go down this short dirt path into the parking lot and then across the street to my apartment. And I didn't want to have him follow me to my home. So I just turn around, walk down the path, feeling him walking right behind me. When I get into the parking lot, I see one of my friends outside their apartment. He's drinking with a few of his friends, who are mostly male. I wave and he waves back. I then turn as I had been walking this whole time and see that he had stopped at the edge of the light and has his back turned to me. I notice that his head quickly turned, as if he had been watching me over his shoulder but didn't want me to see his face. I ended up staying with the group for over an hour to make sure the guy had gone before going home. All I can think about this entire situation is that if I hadn't had my daughter with me, he would have taken me. That terrifies me, and I'm so thankful that it caught him off guard. So creepy man that followed me, let's never meet again. This happened way back when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I'm 20 now. We had just moved several months ago to our new neighborhood, and we still didn't know many people. I was a single child at the time with no real friends yet, so I would often play in a large backyard or long front driveway. I had many toys that would often distract me. I also had those fun power-wheeled cars you could drive around and mess about in. My favorite of all, though, was a big-wheel tricycle. I would ride it all afternoon, pretending to go on great adventures, and other usual kid stuff. My mom would always sit at the bottom of the driveway and read a book, or sit on the back porch and rest in the sun, so she was never too far away from me. This proved to be the most important thing she could ever do. One Saturday afternoon, I was riding the big wheel at the end of the driveway in the cul-de-sac. When I got the big wheel stuck in a patch of wet grass that separates ours and the neighbor's driveway, instead of just getting off and taking it out of the grass, I just kept pedaling and making the wheel spin and really getting me nowhere. After about a minute of doing this, a dark green SUV starts coming down the road. The SUV stops right next to me as I continue to pedal to nowhere. The windows were completely blacked out, and the car itself looked dirty and in very poor condition. I stopped pedaling after 20 seconds of them just being parked next to me, and I just stared at the car, not sure why they would park the car in the middle of the street. After about 40 seconds of me just staring, I hear my mom screaming something, and the car speeds away. My mom jumps in her car and begins to chase them after her. As soon as she drove past me and left the driveway, I run up from the big wheel crying for her not to leave without me. She runs out of the car and grabs a hold of me, telling me she'd promised never to let me get that far away from her again. When I asked why she was leaving, she said she was afraid that I had been taken by the car. I asked her why they would want to take me, and she never answered. Looking back at it all, it still scares me to think that I could have been abducted and had who knows what done to me, and forever thankful for my mom who always keeps a close eye on me. To the creepy person in the green SUV, let's never, ever meet. Hey guys, Sinful Savant here. Thanks for listening. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And email me your stories, guys, at my email in the info box below. Have a great day, guys. Hope your week is going great. And have a great night.